The great thing about wholesaling real estate is that you can do it at any age. So you can be under 18 and your parent can sign for you, but you can do the work to get the property. Also, you can be, 80 years old as long as you still have the, your wits about you and you're able to, do the deals. Now, why does that matter? Well, because when I first started, I was 19 years old. And today I'm going to tell you guys how much money I made in my first year of wholesaling real estate. Now, spoiler alert, my first year of wholesaling real estate, it took me 9 months to get my first deal. So technically my first year I made nothing, but I'll give you, my first year full-time wholesaling real estate. I'll let you guys know exactly how much money I made. And just to backtrack a little bit, my name is D'Angelo Simmons. I'm with the brand Steps to Success, where our mission is to guide you on your journey of success. We just want to give you some necessary tools, maybe a little knowledge based off my own personal life experience of my journey of entrepreneurship full-time since I've been 20 years old. Yeah, 20 years old full-time. All right, so just a back paddle, well, just a forward paddle. I am 23 years old right now. I began my journey of entrepreneurship at 19 years old when I decided to, drop out of college and, work a full-time job at JD Byrider. And that's the short story. If you like the long story, go ahead and click the link in the description. Now, when I begun working my real estate, working at JD Byrider, I heard about wholesaling real estate, and it took me 9 months to get that first deal. So in February of 2019, I got my first real estate wholesale deal. February 6th is when I closed it. It was $4,000, and this was in February. So in January of 2019, I did not earn anything from wholesaling real estate. Now in February of 2019, I earned $14,000 from wholesaling real estate. I had closed that first deal, which was $4,000, and I ended up closing 2 more after that, which gave me $10 more thousand. So I earned $14,000 in February, my first month of full-time wholesaling real estate. And I believe that was due to the compound effect. And if you haven't heard of the compound effect, go ahead and hit up your Googles, hit up Audible, whatever you need to. That book is necessary for entrepreneurial people like maybe you watching this and also myself. Okay, so the next month after that, it was March. March was the month that I actually begun. So in 2018, March in 2018 is when I started my real estate wholesaling journey. So that that's when I heard about it, and at the end of the month, that's when I actually started it. So it was a pretty amazing. So March, I ended up earning $5,000. That was pretty cool. I ended up closing 1 deal, got $5K from it. And I want you guys to keep in mind, with wholesaling real estate, you obviously have to put some time into it. It took me 9 months just to get that first deal of $4,000. So right now, we're at $19,000. This is within the first 2 months. So first 2 months of me, full-time real estate wholesaling, I was at $19,000. I had just came from a job working at JD Byrider, where I was earning $14 an hour as a car detailer, and I was earning about $21,000 a year is what that came out to. So this was $19,000 within 2 months. So I was very ecstatic. So we actually, kept the ball rolling. I did very great that following month, and that following month I ended up doing $6,000. So that was, pretty cool. I was at $25,000, everything's chucking along. I'm like, man, I've already earned more than I earned, all last year just within 3 months of wholesaling real estate. How does it, it just must keep getting better, right? It has to just keep getting better, only up from here, right? That's, that's the mindset. But that was not the case. So much to my surprise, at the time, that following month of May, May and June, I actually earned $0 wholesaling real estate. So I earned nothing. And that's the thing about entrepreneurship. So I want you guys just to keep this in mind when you're, listening to this. If you're thinking about becoming a wholesaler, or if you're thinking about, starting your business and just becoming a full-time entrepreneur, keep in mind that you gotta, make sure you put something off to the side, because when you're an entrepreneur, unless you have a system in place, an automated system or some type of scalable system that exactly how much you put in to get exactly how much out, then if you're in a service business, so real estate investing, wholesaling, it's really kind of a service business, and a lot of other service business out there, then you really got to just make sure you put money aside, pay your quarterly taxes, and do everything, just make sure you got a routine, a something in place, just because it's not automatic, scalable, coming in at a reoccurring basis, right? So that is what I learned from those 2 months of May and June. It was dry for me. It was drier than the Phoenix Mountain Preserve. It was definitely a wake-up call for me, but I was good because I have faith. That's one thing that's going to set you apart as an entrepreneur. You have to have faith. You can't worry. So that's one thing, within those 2 months, I wasn't worrying at all. Of course, I just made $25,000, and, that was amazing. Did I but did I save it the right way? No, I didn't. That was the thing. But I also wasn't worried. My bills were taken care of. All of my basic life needs were taken care of. So I'm like, all right, I'm good, right? So, all right, got a little worried though. At the end, towards July, when, I'm in the middle of July, I still have not closed the deal. I'm like, man, what the heck is going on? But I ended up coming through clutch, as I always do. I always come through in a clutch. I ended up closing the deal, got $5K in July. That was at the end of July. Like the last week of July is when I actually closed it, and it was right on time, because it was right on time for the 1st of August, which I had some overhead expenses I had to take care of. So ended up closing that, got $5K from it. That was amazing. Fast forward into August, that month of August, I ended up getting $2,500. So right now, I believe we are at $32,500. So August, $32,500. That following year, when I was working at JD Byrider, I also had a job at Target and Enterprise, but I ended up quitting those two to work full-time at JD Byrider. But altogether, I ended up earning $21,000. So I was at $32,500 in August. So I'm like, all right, let's go. I've already seen my dry spell. I'm not going through no more dry spells. I know what I got to do. I got my process. Let's stay consistent. And that's what I did. I turned up the heat. I stayed consistent. In September, ended up earning $17,000, and that was in one check. If you have not saw that was my first, what they call shut up check.
Oh my, is that a $17,000 check? Is that real? Oh my, I guess so.
What's up, guys? Because it was such a huge check. It's like you can't deny that this wholesaling business don't work. And if you do deny it, then shut up. So that was amazing to get that check. And it was great. That check, it helped me basically experience life. So one thing about me, I did not want to live in Cincinnati, Ohio. So I decided to go and visit. I decided to visit Arizona, where I'm at now. And I liked it out here, so I decided to move out here a couple of months later. And that was really due to some universal manifesting, I'll say. So that was great. Right now, I believe we're at 49,500, right? We're at 49,500. So 49,500, that was, amazing. This was in September. So, like I said, I went through my dry spell. I told myself we're not doing that again. So ended up piling it on again. Your boy hit it up for October. It's at $7,500. That came with 2 deals. $7,500, that brings us up to I believe 57,000. Yeah, 57,000. So I ended up, getting up to $57,000, and this was great. I was like, all right, great. I'm at that 6-figure. I'm looking at 6 figures now, right? We're in the 4th quarter. You know how the year is split up into 4 quarters. So 4th quarter, I'm like, hey, let's hit 6 figures. I'm at 57. There's no reason why I can't hit 6 figures. So my mind state was on 6 figures, but I had to do the income or the tax, estimated tax returns or whatever. So I had to do a estimated tax returns where I had to put my estimated income. So I did not want to put my estimated income at 6 figures. I should have just owned it, but I didn't. So I ended up putting $85,000 on that estimated income chart. So this is in October of 2019. At that point, I'm at 57,000. I put estimated income of 85. So I'm like, all right, if I put 85, I'm like, all right, let me, and you guys, you got to watch for that realistic term, right? Really watch for that, right? Because whatever's Nothing's realistic except for what you tell yourself is realistic. And let me really explain to you why. This is the proof, right? So I told myself 85, knowing in my gut I wanted to get the 6-figure mark in my gut. I just didn't own it, right? So I ended up that following month of November, ended up doing $4,000. That put me at 61,000. So I'm like, man, you know, I'm getting this 100,000. I'm getting it. So in that same month of November, after I had came back from Phoenix, I had, you know, made the decision that I want to move to Phoenix. So I told myself in like, I want to say October, like, yeah, I'm moving to Phoenix. It's happening. So ended up, I said, you know, I'll move to Phoenix. It'll probably take me to get like a $20,000 check, then I'll move. Like, that's what I told myself. So I didn't want to get tied into living in Cincinnati. So, and at the end of November, that's when I got the actual deal. Sold it very quick. Ended up closing it in the December 16th. Ended up moving to my apartment like December 10th or whatever. And the deal was $23,000. So that brought me to a grand total for the year of $84,000 in my first year of full-time real estate wholesaling, real estate investing, whatever you want to call it. It's really real estate investing, but real estate wholesaling was the technique. So real estate investing, but wholesaling was the technique that I got the money from. So $84,000 my first year of full-time real estate investing. And I'm not going to cap with you guys. You know, Uncle Sam got to get his. If you have not seen my video where I tell you guys how to pay your taxes, make sure you guys go ahead and check that out. Maybe I'll put that up there or in the bio, either one. So make sure you guys definitely go check that out. But Uncle Sam got his. So after Uncle Sam got finished, you know, taking his nice hefty slice of my money that I worked hard for in this beautiful country, I ended up netting $68,000 my first year. So that was net profits after Uncle Sam got his money. I had to write him a nice little check, and you know, I was satisfied with it. It was good with me. That was, you know, with no degree, no anything like that. I was 20 years old. So, you know, my first year of, you know, actually working a full-time job and paying my own bills and all that, I earned $21,000. And, you know, with techniques like I showed you guys on a Money Monday, definitely check that out if you get a chance. Money Monday, where, you know, your income is determined by age 7. Techniques like that I learned helped me quadruple my income. And the reason why I say quadruple is because, you know, 21,000 times 4 gives you the 84,000. But Uncle Sam got his, so we netted $68,000. But, you know, that still was, I guess that's still over triple it. So it really was amazing just to go from that to that in 1 year, not just because of, you know, the wholesale real estate, but also I became a different person. And that's one thing I want you guys to know. It really, you know, it's about the kind of person you are. So, you know, wealthy people are wealthy individuals. They're not just, the money is not what makes someone wealthy. It's about the type of person you are, because that type of person will attract more money. So that's a serious thing. So, you know, be thankful for everything you have, and also just start thinking about, you know, how you would think if you did have other things that you wanted, and that's when you'll attract those things because you're already operating on that frequency. Last thing I want to let you guys know, this journey of entrepreneurship is a upward, you know, it's an upward, like you have to go up, right? So, and I'm grateful it is that way. I would rather it be that way than the opposite way when you consider it, right? So I'd rather go up than that way. So when you think about it and what that means going up, that means that you gotta realize that in order for you to get to 100, you have to get to 10. In order for you to get to 100, you have to get to 20. You have to get to 30. You have to get to 40. You have to get to 50. In order for you to make $1 million, you have to make $100,000, right? In order for you to make $1 million, you have to earn 200,000, right? In order for you to make $1 million, you have to earn 50,000. So what I'm getting at with all of that is, you know, for some people, you may feel like, you know, you may think of entrepreneurship as this thing that, you know, people are driving private airplanes and you got your private boats and you on your yachts and all that. And the thing is, that is the goal for most. That is the goal for most. For some, that's not their goal. They're just, you know, it's about the financial freedom of just, you know, not having to work for somebody, and you're okay with that. and you're willing to earn a little less. But for a lot, of people, when they think of entrepreneurship, it's about the flashy lifestyle. And I am somebody who I love that. I love all of that, the luxurious things. I'll have a yacht, I'm going to have my private jet. I'm going to have, the Simmons Estates, Success Estates, all of that, penthouse views, all of that. But I understand, though, in order for me to get any of that, I have to first be able to get to step 2, then 3, then 4. So what that means is I'm not I wasn't afraid, and I'm grateful that I wasn't at a young age to take that first step to, go out on my own of journey of entrepreneurship, earn $68,000, net profit that first year. And that is a success to me. That is a success, but also I'm grateful because I love entrepreneurship. It's not capped off. So, if it depends on, what I can basically out-earn myself year after year. I can out-earn myself. My competition is myself, and I'm grateful that I have the ability to out-earn myself, because oftentimes if you are at a job, you don't even have the ability really to out-earn yourself. And, there may be some flexibility there, but at some of them there isn't. So I have the opportunity to double, my income, being from 68,000 to double that, and then to double that again. So year after year. But, let's just say if you are somebody that's at a job right now and you're thinking like, man, I want to double my income, I want to do that, but I know this job won't let me, then this is my advice to you. I would advise you, start a side hustle, a side business, something, right? So if you're watching this, start wholesaling real estate on the side, right? That's what I talk to you guys about. That's what I teach you guys about. So start wholesaling real estate on the side while you keep your full-time job. And why not just have an extra income coming in? And then that wholesale real estate money, maybe if you use that to get you a rental. That way you can get some passive income coming in. But also you keep active with the wholesale real estate. Maybe set up a campaign, maybe a mail campaign. Something to have that extra money come in, because you definitely want to be able to level up to keep, leveling up. So this was my first year, and, 20 years old when I first begun it, and I turned 21 in that July. But 20 years old when I first begun it, so from 20 to 21. So, that was amazing first year results. And, second year was great as well. So, now here I am, third year full time, and I'm adding the other revenue streams on. So it's just about the elevation of life. So keep elevating, and make sure, mainly guys, with steps to success, we want you guys to have your heart in every step, because we know when you have your heart in every step, you're already a success. As always, get to stepping.